So here's my cabinet. This is the cabinet that I had in my kitchen one time in my dining room, but I've decided to move it into the baby room to make room in the kitchen. We only have a small little space for a table, and I decided to move it in here. These bottom cabinets, I'm thinking I got room for other babies that are not on display, maybe babies that need to be stripped, also some clothing, some things in the drawers. But I like how I put my VIP babies up here. As you can see, I got Charlotte and Ruth and Matilda and Charlie Brown. And then I have some of the babies down here that I made. And then I have some of my vintage ones, Busy Lizzie, and that's, oh my gosh, Rub-a-Dub-Dub and baby Brenda. And it's a little alien baby that I got off AliExpress or Temu, one of the two. And Sir Bobby Joseph is still in his Christmas outfit. And I got a couple of babies up there. Here I have my silicone babies. They're in the cradle now, away from all the others, in their own little space. You can see that these two babies, really pink, really dark. I don't know what I did to Sparrow. And I really need to look at the possibility of adding paint or stripping paint or something there. This is my baby that I finished, that I named Harold, and I can see that I'm getting more and more used to the silicone paint and mixing the colors because I really need help with those. These are my 4 little babies. Then I might add some color to the cheeks, not a whole thing, but just color to the cheeks and seal them up, maybe put some powder on them because they get kind of funny and things stick to them. When they're all sealed, what I find is I always thought silicone babies gather a lot of hair and fur and fuzzies. But when they're all sealed and powdered well, they don't do that. I haven't found my babies do that. I just don't, but maybe over time they will. I do not know. Maybe the more I dress and undress them, they will. But I really got to look at Sparrow. I got to cut his hair down. I got to add some color or strip him or do something to him. You know what? And I will say, guys, that when you are practicing, learning about any kind of painting, if you've never been an artist and you've never mixed color and you've never done anything along those lines, there's a lot of learning involved, and you need to be willing to F up. And I have F'd up. Boy, have I F'd up. But I've learned time and time again, and I see that in my artwork progressing, and I see that as I go through. And, you know, it's interesting, but no one was born an artist overnight. You know, there is people who have that artisticness in them from other forms of art, and then they bring it into reborn baby dolls, and they understand how paint works and mixing colors and all that. But if you're just jumping into reborn art like I did and don't really understand the coloring and the art and the heaviness and the thickness of the paint and all that kind of stuff, you learn. You just have to learn because that's all you got, right? I mean, behind me here in these bins, there's some babies that I got to strip and redo. And that's part of the learning, and I'm willing to do that. And in hindsight, I would have just got a bunch of kits from AliExpress or Temu to practice on. But I came into the time frame of I wanted an authentic reborn doll. I didn't know a whole lot about this fakeness. I didn't know, or whatever people say are fake. They're not fake. They're just dolls not purchased from the vendor. I didn't know where to stand when it came to that. You can see some of my babies there. I didn't know where to stand. I didn't know where to begin. And so I did buy some dolls from vendors. And in hindsight, if I was to start again, I would tell somebody to go and get doll kits that are not from the vendors and go from there. But I am happy with my progression. I am learning, and you know what? You just got to keep going forward. Don't beat yourself up. That's where I went wrong too. Don't try to make your art look like someone else's art, because it's not. And I tried to do that by watching other people and trying to follow what they were doing. However, it doesn't always work. And actually it doesn't necessarily, because you don't have their hand. You don't have their hand. So you try, you learn, and you find your own way in this reborn artistry. And I love my journey. All right, guys, have a great day. Bye-bye.